Hello and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching at this news hour with the news. I'm Binam Gitana. Do stay tuned. I'll get back in a minute. Welcome back, and now the news in full. Once again, to stay tuned. President Sahle-Work Zewde expressed a message of good wishes on her Facebook page, stressing that Ethiopians should be strong and foresighted to prevent troubles in advance. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed and First Lady Zinash Tayacho hosted the annual meal in Addis Ababa at Unity Park for the elderly and individuals from low-income households. According to ENA, Ethiopian Christian faithful across the nation celebrated the unique Ethiopian Easter holiday on Sunday. As part of the holiday, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed and First Lady Zinash Tayacho hosted the annual Easter meal at Unity Park for the elderly and individuals from low-income households. In his best wish message that he extended to Ethiopians, the Premier noted that Easter is a celebration of reconciliation and forgiveness. The Premier underlined that there is no doubt that the prosperity of Ethiopia will be realized and the resurrection of Ethiopia will be realized. Likewise, Ethiopian Christian religious fathers urge the faithful to maintain. I'll see you later. Meanwhile, the religious fathers urge the faithful to maintain the unity of the country through reconciliation and support the needy people. Ethiopian Orthodox Christians celebrate Easter anywhere from a week to weeks after the Western Church.
The Ethiopian Orthodox Christian celebration of Easter festivity is more of a religious event among the faithful. On Easter Eve, the Ethiopian Orthodox Christians participate in hours-long church service that ends around 3 a.m., after which they break their fast and celebrate the risen Christ. The Ethiopian Orthodox religious father, whom ETV talked to, urges the faithful to draw best lessons from the exemplary life and teachings of Jesus Christ, which remains to be the source of peace and unity among human beings.
So now we are Christians, we have the King Christ, and we are also the prince and the princess of the King Christ Jesus. So the way how we act should demonstrate that we are Christians, what we speak, what we do in all terms, in terms of family, social experience, and the way how we work in any organization or any kind of professional career that we are busy with. We have to keep that we are the saved people, the selected people, to whom that Christ died, the people for whom that salvation has been made. Now we are in that era of God's mercy. We have to keep on remembering always this first.
The religious father also indicated the witness of unity and solidarity among Christians is very important to promote peace, reconciliation, and solidarity among peoples.
Nothing that we can keep within our heart. We can't. Our Christianity never allow us to have grudge or enmity or some kind of hatred or a sense of atrocity within us. We can't. As Christians, we can't live with hatred. We always leave that behind and sit together and discuss and find out the problem or the misunderstanding that we have together and share our hopes and our fears and come together and be in union and walk and talk together. That's the way of walking and talking together, so which means best friendship. The real sense of intimacy is going to come. So that is the reconciliation that we learn from Christ.
Ethiopia follows the Eastern Orthodox calendar, different from that of the widely used Gregorian calendar. The Orthodox Church still uses the older Julian calendar to calculate Easter.
Meanwhile, embassies, ambassadors and envoys of various countries and multilateral organizations based in Addis Ababa extended best Easter festival wishes to all Ethiopian Christians. Ethiopian Christians celebrated Easter yesterday with various religious values across the nation. Ambassadors and embassies of various countries based in Addis Ababa wished a delightful Easter festivity to all Ethiopians. The Embassy of Netherlands stated in its best message that Easter is a time to honor hope, forgiveness and second chances. The ambassador of Russia in Ethiopia, Evgeny Trekhin, wishing the best Easter festival to Ethiopians. He said the celebration of the resurrection of Jesus is a manifestation of new hope and life to all humanity. The ambassador of Israel to Ethiopia, Lelin Admasu, also extended best wishes for his Easter holiday on his Twitter. In his best wishes to Ethiopians celebrating the holiday, Ambassador of the People of Republic of China, Zhao Zhuan, said, "The Embassy of the People's Republic of China wishes our brothers and sisters of..." Meanwhile, Ethiopians and Friends of Ethiopia have extended their best wishes for Easter, urging foreigners to pay visit to its magical places of attraction. One such friend is an Ethiopian-Italian actress and model, Liliana Males, who also shared her Easter experience while sitting down with our staff reporter Tigist Nisa has compiled the full story.
Abi Tzom, or the Lent season, refers to the 55 days of fasting among Orthodox faithful in Ethiopia. Beginning midnight on the eve of Easter, those who have weathered the fasting season with success start shifting to non-fasting foods, preferably the chicken stew or dorowet. In Ethiopia, the days and resurrection of Jesus Christ are far more significant than his birth. Fasika is the most important Christian festival, hence it's normally 1 week longer than Western celebrations. There's this Holy Week, or Week of Pain, known as Hemamat, climaxed by the Good Friday. Fasika sees all Christian dominations within Ethiopia, including Orthodox, Catholic and Protestant, come together for a series of traditional services and activities that take place just after Easter in the Western calendar. Approached by ETV, Ethiopian Italian actress and model Liliana Mele wished all followers of Christianity in Ethiopia a very happy Easter celebrations.
Fasika is like a reborn, you know? And so I really like Fasika because I like Christmas, everything. But Fasika is really special because it really gives you to get down everything that you didn't like and reborn, you know. So recome in a light and restart again with a new hasab, all in a positive way. So it's this reborn, it's nice. Even the fact that you do like tzom, because the first scan after Fasika, you eat a lot and it's all a party. So I like this, so I want to wish to everybody a nice reborn, you know, like a nice restart again, with taking all the good things of before and even the bad things, because the bad things, they teach a lot, you know. ስለዚህ በቃ reborn ሁላችንም restart, reborn, a nice reborn.
Liliana went on saying that since Ethiopia is indeed such a magical place, it sure is worth a visit.
It's something special. It's like a friend of mine, even she's an artist. She knows better than me Ethiopia, Gabriella. And she always saying Ethiopia is magic. So you can know the magic even only if you come. If you're not here, you cannot understand the magic. So I would say just come and discover the magic, because suddenly magic is something that you don't how do you say program. You're there and suddenly whoa, you say like this. That's the thing. So Ethiopia is magic. So if you want to discover the magic, you have to come here and just discover the magic.
Ethiopian Easter has been colorfully marked across the country with assortments.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has called on the Sudanese brotherly parties to exercise restraint, stop fighting and return to peaceful dialogue to resolve their differences. The Premier said the government of Ethiopia is closely following the current clashes between the Sudanese army and the rapid support force in the capital Khartoum and other Sudanese cities. What increased our concern for the Sudanese people and their government is that this clash contradicts their long-standing and deep-rooted Sudanese norms and values, and the Sudanese people come to the last days of the blessed months of Ramadan, striving for good deeds and drawing closer to God Almighty. Therefore, we call on all parties to exercise restraint, stop the fighting, and return to peaceful dialogue to complete the path of negotiation to serve the supreme interest of the brotherly people of Sudan. The Prime Minister said, Meanwhile, Ethiopian Embassy in Sudan urged Ethiopian nationals to stay away from conflict areas and refrain from activities. In a statement issued by the embassy on its social networking page, it recalled that major conflicts had occurred in various Sudan cities, including Khartoum.
Conakry is the capital of Guinea, a country in West Africa. A port city, it serves as the economic, financial and cultural center of Guinea and is the largest city in the country. Manufacturers in the city include metal manufacturers, cement, food products, and fuel products.
Welcome back. You're still watching Addis News Hour. Now, step into another news. The African Union Peace and Security Council convened an emergency session in Addis Ababa on Sunday on the ongoing political and security developments in Sudan. The African Union on Saturday called for an urgent ceasefire, dialogue, protection of civilians and peace. AU Commission Chairperson Musa Faki Mohammed expressed concern on the current situation in Sudan. The chairperson fervently appeals to all parties, the armed forces and the rapid reaction forces in particular, to immediately cease the destruction of the country, the panic of the population and the bloodshed, said Musa Faki Mohammed, the AU Commission chairperson. He also urged the international community to combine in unity and urgency their efforts to bring the parties to immediately cease military actions and return to the negotiation table for a satisfactory end to the crisis for all. Ethiopia's Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed called on parties in Sudan to exercise restraints and stop fighting and return to peaceful dialogue to complete the paths of negotiation and understanding for the supreme interest of the brotherly Sudanese people. The Peace and Security Council session on the situation in Sudan has commenced at the AU headquarters in Addis Ababa Sunday. And finally, Orthodox Christians across the world observed Easter holiday with various religious assortments. Thousands of Christians thronged Jerusalem through the traditional Holy Fire rites ahead of the Orthodox Easter, despite security crackdown in the Holy City. Daniel Casson takes it from here.
The Easter festival falls on Sunday, 16 April 2023, for millions of people around the world. Also, Christians in Europe, Africa and the Middle East celebrate Easter later than most in the Western world. It's because they use a different calendar to work out what day Easter should fall on. Both Orthodox Easter and Easter Sunday are Christian festivals where believers celebrate the resurrection of Jesus. It is the most important festival in the Christian calendar. Orthodox churches in some countries, including Greek, Cyprus and Romania, base their Easter date on the Julian calendar. Orthodox Christians across the world observe Easter holiday with various religious assortments. The center of Athens is bustling with shoppers as Greeks prepare to observe Orthodox Easter. The holiday has both religious and cultural significance and is an important part of Greek identity. The celebration involves candlelit midnight church services and family gatherings. People exchange gifts, give colored eggs and eat a traditional spit roasted lamb. However, the cost of living crisis means many are finding it difficult to afford.
There is a 30% increase of customers here at Varvekeios, and we think that customers prefer the market in general, because there is price difference and for sure a wider variety of meat.
The double-digit unemployment rate increase is another major issue. Although it has been decreasing in recent years, it is still one of the highest in the European Union.
It is difficult. I see it myself from the first day. Although we have business, but it is not what it should be. People who used to buy 2 or 3 packs of eggs now buy only 1. When they used to buy 1 pack, now they buy 20 eggs.
Despite the challenges, Greeks are finding ways to observe their tradition and celebrate their whole list of days, Easter. In North Macedonia, believers left Easter eggs at the St. Clement Oritskai Cathedral. Traditionally, they're accompanied by prayers for good health for the year to come. Church bells also fell silent as a sign of mourning for Julie's certification. In Jerusalem, for the traditional Holy Fire rite ahead of the Orthodox Easter, despite a security clampdown in the Holy City in fear of protest against judicial reform. The bell scheme in Russian Rostov in celebration of Orthodox Easter as worshippers flock to pray and have the traditional painting eggs and Easter bread. Despite Russians and Ukraine are in catastrophic war, the two countries celebrate Easter. In Moscow, President Putin attended Easter service led by Patriarch Kirill.
Christos Voskresye!
Ukrainian Orthodox Church already at odds with Moscow after the annexation of Crimea. The theologist is hopeful that Patriarchate will reunite.
Moscow is fooling itself into thinking that those people are its followers, and this is false. We've already seen Moscow making a similar mistake when it thought that once Russian tanks appear on Ukrainian borders, they would be greeted with flowers by Orthodox Ukrainians of the Moscow Patriarchate. They did not.
Even soldiers marked the holiday with food sent from home and donated by locals.
And now recap of the top stories once again.